HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. What's going on, everybody? We back again. Back again. Woo, we had a double header today. We are back again. This is HBCU tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, most of all, subscribe. In fact, when I say share it with your friends, share it with your mama, your daddy, whoever is an advocate of HBCUs, whoever went to an HBCU, whoever lives near HBCU, give it to them so they can tune into this show or they can tune into this channel every week. But also, like I said, hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. Okay. We are, it is Wednesday. It is hump day. First off, let's pray for everybody that was in Florida that was impacted by Hurricane Idalia, and for the folks that are in South Carolina right now that is affected by the same hurricane. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. So just let everybody know that you're not alone in this whole thing right here. So other than that, we got trying to see what's going on. We got Mr. Brian up in here. Mr. Brian, what's going on? We got Uncle Sid as always coming on up in here. I know it's a lot of things going on right now, but it is, to me, it is what it is. But it is what it is. But as always, man, if you want to. As always, if you want to hit the excuse me, hit the Instagram and the Twitter. My bad. Let me say the X account on your social media platforms. I am on there at HBCU_Overdrive. Also, man, if you want to become an exclusive member of the channel, all you have to do is just hit the join button outside of the chat. We have two tiers that we provide. We have tier purple and we have tier blue. Both tiers do help out with the platform, help out with the channel, helps with getting any type of equipment to where we can bring good, clean videos to you live or pre-record or anything else like that. And even, taking pictures, still pictures also. Or it can go towards an initiative. So if you want to, you can do two tiers right here. And also, like I said, this is our last week of child speech impediment. As far as doing the donations for that, I am ending it. I am going to go ahead and end it on Friday, which would be the 1st. And haven't gotten to another initiative just of yet. But this is our last week, and I want to end this week out with a bang. I know it's rent time. I know a lot of people are, trying to save up and everything. But I mean, if you can always help a child that's in need. Of course, if you want to donate to the Cash App, if you want to donate to the platform, hit the Cash App, or if you're like my good brother, buddy Brian, hit the PayPal. I got to put my PayPal on there also. Um, like I said, all proceeds go back towards the channel. It does not go in my pocket. I don't see a dime of it, and I'm just letting everybody know that. And also, last but not least, this is the last little bit of birthdays for the month of August. If you have a birthday today, and tomorrow, let me know so we can shout out a happy birthday for you. But other than that, that's pretty much what we have right now. That is pretty much what we have right now. Excuse me. On Friday, I will be doing my previews for this upcoming week in week one. Um, Actually, it's going to be tomorrow. Let me do tomorrow because there are games coming on tomorrow that I go ahead and give my predictions and my scores for tomorrow. Uh, ooh. But other than that, um, I'm gonna go ahead and get Brian up in here, man. If we got any FAMU Rattlers in here, they want to jump on the screen, you can jump on the stream. We got some football to talk right here. I do have the actual depth chart for Florida A&M. We could get into that right there, but it's all good. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. So, um, woo. Just got some news right now that JD Martin is out for 5 weeks. Man, what's going on, man?
Recognize the hat, brother. Representing my hometown, Montreal. Montreal Expos. Even though
I,
the Washington Nationals now, I'm representing.
oh yeah, I see that. I see that. Yeah, man. So we got OBC this weekend. We got the Labor Day Classics on this Saturday. We have the Brick City Classic this Saturday. We have the Carolina Classic. We got a lot of classes this weekend. The Chicago Classic. We got a lot of classes this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, man. I was just last week, like I said, I was up in Montreal visiting my sister's birthday. The month of August is always a busy month for me. It's my wife's birthday, my wife's our anniversary, my son's daughter's birthday. My parents, if they were still living, their anniversary would have been the 25th. Unfortunately, today has been 14 years. My mother has gone home with the Lord. But you know what's the good thing about it, I live to be you know it's when that happens when your mom passes, and I always say their transition. And the thing is, I was fortunate enough to enjoy every moment with my mom, being a mama's boy as I was. But she taught a lot of great lessons that she taught me that it's instilled in me today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we everybody had their testimony earlier today. So I had mine, and man, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is.
We keep on trucking. We keep on
I'm
trucking.
I'm trying. I'm trying to do everything that I can in my power that we can have something that can be sustainable. Um, Even if it is 22 people that's watching this stream.
No, but the thing is, Doc, it's just like I was talking to one of my friends just before I got online. She lives in Toronto, and she feeds the homeless up in Toronto. And
Okay.
one of the things is and as we know, God is good all the time. He's not partial. And you know what? when you're doing righteousness through God, God is always going to provide. And now sometimes there's always that roadblock, or it's something that stops you because the blessing is coming behind it. So we got to stay strong in our faith, because every time you get to a new level, there's a new devil. So you stay strong in your faith and understanding that I'm going to still stick and stand with the Lord, and all of a sudden that blessing comes behind you. You know what I mean? And that's the greatest thing, because trials and tribulations will always happen. You know, they say there's trouble at night, but there's always joy in the morning, and I'm a firm
Right.
believer of that. It's testimony through the things, trials and tribulations that I've been through in my life. You know, and I'm still standing. And the thing is, it's through faith. It's through faith and trusting. My mother always said, trust in the Lord. Brian, trust in God. He's a good God. You know, and anything that you're going through, you know what I mean? Because what happens is there's haters got to do their job. That's, you
Yep.
know, unfortunately, haters got to do their job. And so if they like everything, then they're out of a job. The thing is, people,
Yep.
you know, I seen you grow tremendously, and the work that you put in and everything that you've done. You know what? So you're always doing the right thing, and by doing the right thing, you're truly blessed. You have a beautiful family. You know what I mean? You're helping people. You're giving of yourself, your time, your resources. You know, so the thing is, you just got to keep on staying true to what you do, not what other people want you to do, what you do. Because if we're going to fail in what you desire is, not what somebody else is.
Right. Yeah. I'm a, my whole thing. I'm a firm believer in second chances. I'm a firm believer in um helping the less fortunate, even if you are part of that, part of the less fortunate yourself. I still feel like you need to help out the less fortunate, because the blessing always going to come in a way. um uh doesn't matter what type of way that it comes in, it's going to come in a way that you won't you will see it, but you won't know when it's coming.
And that is so spoken well, my friend. The thing is this too: as humans, we want to put God has no time. You know what I mean? He has no time. So blessings happen in His quote unquote time. But you
Hmm.
see, we want to make sure, oh, it's going to happen today or happen tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You know, it's I was listening to a story the other day actually about the prodigal son. You know what I mean? He couldn't wait. So his father said, here, take the inheritance now. He goes, he spends it, he blows his money, this, and that. The other
Hmm.
son stays by his father, helps him out. Then the other son comes home because the the workers were basically, I'm not going to say slaves, but you know, we know what the story is. But they were getting treated better than what the son was. So when the son came home, the father said, here, put a robe on him, feed him, do this, do that. So you know what? It's never too late. And the thing is, there's always going to be a blessing. A lot of times, one time I heard a woman say, she says, you know, Brian, I believe in a glass half full and half empty. I said, what about a person who doesn't have a glass?
Right.
So you know what? Our first miracle every day is when we wake up, open our eyes, because one day we won't. So we got to thank God for that, and then all of a
Right.
sudden continue to do what we do. You know, so don't put pressure on yourself. Just keep doing what you do. You know what I mean? With Lady Holiday and you know that you guys are building something great, phenomenal, and that's what's happening. You're on the cusp of something really great. And the thing is, just when you're on something, you got those people trying to pull you down. You know what I mean?
Right.
To pull you down because instead of understanding and learning the way that you do it, it's easier for them to pull you down because they don't have the desire or the will to do what you've been doing.
Amen. Amen. I think that's that's another word. That's another word we needed to hear though today. With everything what we was been talking about all day and yesterday, and I think that's something that we needed to hear. That's another word. That's another bar that we needed to hear, and I'm glad that you brought it on here.
Oh man,
you know,
uh, everything happens
it's
for a reason. You know this.
yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
And
So
in a new season, a new reason.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so I talking to my crew last night, and they was like, thinking about doing this show right here. They're like, we don't want to alienate everybody else. So, I told them that's the reason why I'm going to do a separate show as far as all my score predictions. It's not going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded. It's going to be, I'm going to do all my separate shows like that because it gives me a chance to where I can look and read off like a teleprompter if you want to say it like that. But it gives me the chance to being more comfortable in my skin as far as like if I want to start announcing games and or just doing commentary. It's to me is to better my craft. That's the whole thing I'm
Well,
looking at.
well, and this is what you should do, or what we should do as individuals is better our craft, but don't change from the recipe. You see, if anybody wants you to change, it's because they're being a little intimidated by you. So they can say, well, you know what? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? They're full of suggestions. It's just like it's like a poor person trying to give you advice on money matters.
Right.
They can't. You know what I mean? They can tell you how to be broke, but they can't tell you to be rich.
Dude, that's a bar.
You
That
know.
is a bar right there.
So
They
the
can
thing
teach
is,
you how to
man,
be broke.
you're doing well, and don't get discouraged of you know what I mean, because you don't happen. It's like a dark cloud sometimes. We get this dark cloud and we think it's always going to pour. But after that
Hmm.
dark cloud goes, the sunshine is going to be there. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful horizon, a beautiful sunset, a beautiful everything that's going to happen. And see, so what happens is this. Put it this way, you know what I mean? Like I said, I told you, Prime introduced me to HBCU, and you guys have learned so much from you from the culture as far as HBCU being a Canadian up here in Canada. And I have lived in the States. I lived in Dallas, whatever, beyond that story.
Hmm.
But I looked at some of the things that Colorado's done, what Prime has done, not just him, but the people that have taken off shows. Like one guy, all he does is copy what Well-Off Media does, and he's being successful because he's not really commentating. He's not doing any research or thing like you. He's just taking bits and pieces of what Bucky has filmed from the day, and then after he's jumping on it. So there's guys that take the easy route, and there's guys like you that are doing the grind. The guy like Blitz City that's doing the grind. The guys like the 1400 Club that's doing the grind. Don't you guys are the ones that I follow. You and the other guy that I support is because you guys are authentic. You're authentic. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that want to copy. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Repeat copy, do to make the easy way. It always seems easier. But when you put the grind in, you appreciate the rewards. So you know what I mean? You have polished your craft since the beginning, since I first got on with you until now. It's leaps and bounds, man. It's leaps and bounds. The interviews that you have done, the people have you gotten on the show, the respect that people have given you. So don't let no joke or some clowns discourage you.
We're gonna we gonna start the show off like that tonight.
I'm fired up. You get me fired. You know what I mean? Because I don't like people trying to down people that are doing well. They're doing righteous.
Right.
You know, it's I always look at this. This is what I always look at. You know, to being an older guy, 62-year-old man now, is this: what is somebody's motive when they
Oh,
tell you certain things? What is their
yes, sir.
agenda? Is it coming from their heart sincerely, or do they have
Hmm.
an agenda behind their opinion?
I feel you. I feel you.
I'd
I,
rather be wrong doing what I want to do than be wrong what somebody else wants me to do.
I fully understand it. I try to keep it to where I'm, I'm good and I ain't have to worry, I'm not worried about too much anything. So my mom, my mom tell me you doing the best that you can and nobody else can take that away from you. So
At the end of the day, your mom's 100% right, man. Your mom's 100%, 1,000% right. You only can do the best you. Because when you imitate somebody or aspire to be somebody, you're only going to be the second best version of them. instead of being the best version of yourself.
Right. So let's see, man. We about to get into
You're
this.
too blessed. You're too blessed to be stressed, my brother.
Oh man, I try not to be. I try not to be stressed. I try to be stress free. I try to stay stress free. I don't even try to do a lot of things, and um, I just keep myself humble. Try to keep myself humble. But other than that, it was. I mean, to me, I just think like, um, I just think like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say after that though. But like I said, we're gonna just go ahead into the show on that one right there. First off, man. First off. Um,
How about those Tigers? That's what I got to say.
oh yeah, yeah. Those Tigers, man. Look, them Jackson State Tigers, y'all. Them West Side
Man,
Tigers. That's what I'm gonna call them.
that young boy, young man, I should say, young boy. That young man, uh, um, what's his name here? What his name down on offense? Uh, Mulligan. That man is
Hmm.
serious.
Oh yeah, he really said he wanted to go for 200 on Saturday night.
That man is
He,
serious. And J.D. Martin played a good game, but J.D. got to stop putting the ball on the carpet. You know what I mean?
yeah, but he's out for us. He's out. I got word on the street. He's out for 5 weeks.
Ribs?
Don't know what it is, but I just know he's out for 5 weeks. And the crazy thing about this is that this is the second time that, barring that's not injury, that he is going to be relegated on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm watched I watched the game. I didn't see the live game, but I watched it over in tape. Watched it over, took notes down, and the quarterback. Yeah, man, he played well. But he's a pocket passer. You know what I mean? That's really suits him. The
Yeah,
offensive line played really well. Opened up some holes for the running backs. The receiving core played well. The tight ends. I always screamed last year. Tight ends, get the tight ends
yeah.
involved.
You get the tight
And
end
uh,
involved.
and tight ends, man, it was beautiful to watch. It was great. I give credit where credit is due. That the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, and yeah, I'm happy for coach. TC is great, man. It's a great win, great win, great win.
Right.
Now it's just like he said, and I was listening to his interview. Now they got tape on them. So you know
Hmm.
what? So definitely they can't be complacent. And a lot of people said, you know what? They're not going to do as well. They have to have a chip on their shoulder because of what transpired.
Yeah, they got
You
a
know what I
big.
mean?
They got a chip.
They got a boulder.
A boulder. No pun intended, y'all. They got a boulder on their shoulder, on their back, on their chest. They been like, look, y'all keep talking all this trash. Y'all keep saying this, that, and the third. We not gonna get it. We gonna get it done. Miss Mary, how you doing? I know you're in Miami, so I know you're good. But I know, do you have family upward on in the Panhandle? Let me know. But I just feel like it was more than, to me. It was a great call game.
Yeah,
It was
well executed.
well executed. They had a couple of mishaps here and there, but I
That's
think,
the first game of the year that you're going to see that, right?
right, and I think they had a lot of they adjusted, and they didn't let them get them down. Like even when even when JD Martin fumbled the first time, and you look on the sideline, TC, he got him, and he's talking to him. He didn't like go away from him. He put him back into the game to where he'll be able to redeem himself, and he had a pretty decent game. Now, Irv Mulligan, on the other hand, he had a great game.
And one of the things that I really noticed is that the team really tight knit. Even when the receiver fumbled, the
Yeah,
players went around him and like
Duke Miller.
rallied around him, which is you like to see that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's that togetherness because it is a brotherhood. Football is a brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's a very dependent sport. Everybody's dependent on everybody else to be to be good functionality, and that was really great to see. You know, like they got to, they got to clean up a little bit more in the red zone. You know what I mean? Instead of getting three, get sevens.
Yep.
And so, but like I said, I was really, really impressed. To be honest with you, I was really impressed with the game and the quarterback play. Everybody, everybody, the tight end, Miller Jr. You know what I mean? Played well. Geez, Peppers. Whoo,
Oh yeah, Isaac
whoo,
Peppers. And
who came to play?
yeah, we've seen him play during the spring of 21. Him and Monroe Beard, when they was at Pine Bluff, they was a dynamic duo as a linebacker crew. And to get him late in the recruiting year was a godsend right there. But let me get to this first. This one thing right here.
Go ahead.
Last night, I caught the replay Swagging a Fool. And of course, it wasn't J Max, it was G. G was on there and he had something to say because his Braves are playing Southern Miss, the Eagles. So they're going down to Hattiesburg this Saturday to play Southern Miss. Now he put on the video. Now it was a video that's out there, and I think y'all, if you ain't seen it on Twitter, or my bad, X.
X. Yeah, I see that now. X.
uh, they basically, it was Frank Gore Jr. and somebody else. It was two guys that was doing this podcast. Frank Gore Jr. said verbatim, "We're going to score 70 on Alcorn." And then the rest of them chimed in, "Well, F Alcorn. We got our money on you. F Alcorn." Okay. Like, what has Southern Miss done in the last 25 years in college football? What have they done in the last 25 years? Because we were talking about this last night. Your last conference championship was in the late 90s, early 2000s. You only got, of course, you got two Hall of Famers. You got Ray Guy, who was a hell of a punter, and then you got a person that liked to steal in Brett Favre. Yes, I said it, Brett Favre. You like to steal.
Allegedly.
Nah, they ain't no allegedly, Brian. Them things is on it's on wax.
You know what? No court papers like shattered sharp, man. Allegedly.
So the thing about that is Alcorn is very capable of beating them. Like very capable of beating them. So G and this other guy that was from USL, they were going at it. They don't know, it wasn't no really bad thing, but he was just kept repeating himself like, "Well, wait till you see Frank Gore run for 400 yards." I'm like, bro, Frank Gore is not about to run for 400 yards. They're not about to do anything. I said the best running back that's going to be in this game on Saturday plays for Alcorn and Jarvion Howard.
Yeah. I got to watch that later on. That's what I got to watch that later on.
I said it. Jarvion Howard is the better running back, and that's going to be there. Alcorn has the better quarterback in the game. Southern Miss is Frank Gore, nobody else. That's it. USN was so terrible last year. They put Frank Gore in at quarterback.
That tells you something.
That tells you a lot right there. That tells you a lot. That means that your team is trash. That means that your coach don't trust nobody else on your team. So come on now, miss me with that. Like, thank you, Amber. They are not a SEC team, but they get motorboat by Alabama when they play them because that's their rival. They used to get demolished by Florida State back in the day because they was rivals back in the day. They biggest game they gonna sell out is this game right here. Why? Because it's in-state opponent. Like
Yeah.
you're the red-headed stepchild of all the PWIs in Mississippi. I'm just saying just like that. USF is the red-headed stepchild of all PWIs in Mississippi. It's either Old Piss or Mississippi State. And then if anybody don't want to go to them two schools, they even go look at Valley before they go look at USF. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope Alcorn go down there and beat the brakes off of them. And I'm gonna tell you what G said. Hey, if you go down there, lock your cards because they said Brett Favre gonna be down there. Hide your wallets, hide your wallets, men. Women, clutch your purses. Because Brett Favre coming to town. What's
there might
going
be
on?
an addition for the volleyball court.
Like, we want that money back. We want it back with interest. But yeah, man, I have to say that. I had to put that out there because they was talking real greasy.
Yeah.
And the guy was on there. He really couldn't say anything. Like G was asking some legit questions. He really he wasn't trolling. He wasn't doing nothing. He was asking some legit questions to this caller, and he really couldn't answer the question. And I was like, man, please get this dude off the phone. But at least he had confidence to actually call into the show. Like he had the confidence to call into the show. But man, let's see what we got going on, man. We got let's see, we talked about this last night. My crew, we talked about this last night with Mississippi Valley got 35 band members. Like they grown exponentially over a whole year. And if you watch them and you listen to them from Saturday at the National Battle of the Bands, they actually sounded decent. Now I didn't like the fact because the event was at NRG Stadium in Houston. You got a lot of sound that reverberates because it's it's a it's a retractable roof, so you got a lot of sound that's going to reverberate off of wherever you at. But they actually sounded good, so I'm gonna commend Valley and what they doing. Oh Lord, she said Israel is not pleased with this. Yeah, but I'm gonna say it just like this. I'm gonna say it just like that. It was good to see all that. But let's get back to some football. We got um we've already had our take on Jackson State, and now it's time to get our take on, to get our lick, just get out the beat down to FAMU on Sunday afternoon. This game will be televised on ESPN, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern, down there in Miami Gardens at the Hard Rock Cafe Stadium. So,
this is the last time they're having the Orange Blossom Classic, aren't they?
what's that?
Is this the last year they're having the Orange Blossom Classic?
It would be the last year that FAMU would be in the Orange Blossom Classic, but they haven't stopped the whole thing just yet.
Okay.
FAMU is pulling out. But Um,
Well, if they would have won the first two games, they probably wouldn't pull up. But the first game they felt they should have won, and the second game they got beat like they stole something. So so I don't so they probably said, listen, well, we don't want this to go all the way to go to Miami and get a beat down. We'll stay until it happens.
yeah,
But
but
it should be a good game. It should be a
yeah,
good
it's
game.
gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
It's
Um,
going to be a great test for our defense because with Musa, he gets the ball up quickly. You know, it all depends. Everything in football always depends on the trench play.
right.
Whoever can block, whoever can to attack, is usually the team that's going to be the victor. Because the good thing with JSU, the back end is really good. The linebacking core is really good, so
Oh
that
yeah, the
gives them more
linebacker
time.
core looked like it was. I want to say it was a. I want to say it was a slight upgrade, but it was pretty much on like almost the same part as what we saw last season.
Couple
Um,
couple times I thought we should have intercepted the ball, but they just couldn't catch the ball.
right, right, right. It like we dropped five interceptions
Yeah.
Saturday. Uh, let's. Oh, hold on before we get to. Let's talk Connell Maynard for Alabama A&M. Jesus, Jesus.
I wonder if he still got a scooter.
He probably still got the scooter. So Connell Maynard was asked, do they have a chance to beat Vanderbilt? Is there any chance to beat Vanderbilt? And he said, we need a miracle. Like, we need a miracle. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you need a miracle, but I'm like, it's Vandy. It's it's Vanderbilt. It's the it's the Yale of the South. That's what I call it. It's the Yale of the South. Or I take that back. It's the Princeton of the South.
So, yeah.
But I'm like, just by you saying that, it's not gonna fall. It's going to be more detrimental to your football team. But
But
like,
we had this conversation last year with him. The same thing, you know what I mean? And the thing is,
yeah,
it's just basically Vanderbilt. Just write me the check. We're not even going to show up. Just write us the check. You know what I mean? Because I can understand, you're playing a team that has greater talent, but I'm still not giving in. You know what I mean? There's always a chance. So you
right.
got to coach your team to win, no matter what. It's just like, okay, I know it's not the same sport. Back in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
when Team USA hockey beat the Russians, nobody thought they would win,
Hmm.
but they
They,
did
they did. So
because they gave themselves, they believed. And that's the biggest thing is belief. But if you
right.
already throw the negative connotations that you're not going to win, how do you prepare your team? How does your team prepare for this?
That's
Because
true.
in the back of their minds, their mental state is, well, we're going to get whipped anyway. Coach said it. Even coach said it. Why should I try to let me just not get injured this game?
That's true. And then too, like last season, what the thing that he said after they played UAB, like literally, he said, "I only get paid to win SWAC games." Like you just shot your whole team down, saying that you're not gonna go out there and be competitive against like non-conference opponents like that. But you're gonna get up when you play that SWAC team. And then
But
what happened to you last season?
yeah,
Three, what 3-8,
yeah.
4-7. It was one of the records. You 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 know what I'm saying? You're discounting your team. And I think that's a bad idea though, for real.
It's different if he's sitting in the athletic director's office, those two talking and say, listen, man, we got to do these money games. We got to raise money, da 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 da. Keep it between them. And I'm not even 100% okay with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But to to say it publicly where your team can hear you, there's something wrong with that.
There's something wrong with it.
There's something terribly wrong with that. And this is what we talked about ad nauseum in there last year about these money games. You know what? I understand, but that's why HBCUs have to find a better way for funding, and instead of talking about it, to be about it. And the television contract is not a very good one for the. You know what I mean? I like the television program that they
Mm-hmm.
do. You know what I mean? The production's excellent, better than ESPN, because we've seen what happened in Tennessee last year.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I mean? People were basically filming them themselves. The announcers was terrible. It was awful. It was awful. And I'm laughing about it because it was sad. But the
Oh,
thing
it
is,
was.
uh,
Oh, that was terrible.
the height of HBCUs has been over the last couple of years. So carry that momentum and build a consortium. You know what I mean? Okay, Prime's gone, but it doesn't matter if Prime's there or not now. The momentum has been built up. More eyes are on it. So you have
Right.
to take that momentum and do something with it. Profit by it. Because when the iron is hot and you don't strike, it gets cold. And you know what? Then it becomes back page news. And nobody looks
Right.
at the back page unless
See.
it's page 6 of New York Post.
All right. Ooh, let's get into these. Not comparisons, but let's get to comparison and contrast. Let's put it just like that. We got for the OBC starting quarterbacks, Jason Brown versus Jeremy Musa. Both of them are 6'3". I think Jason's a little bit about 5 pounds heavier than Musa. Um, we saw with the decision making from Jason Brown last week that he gets the ball out of his hand quick. He doesn't have no problem taking shots down the field. He doesn't have an issue taking a hit.
To
Even
make a
though we
play.
want to keep him, even though we want to keep him clean, he doesn't have a problem taking a hit. He can run when it's needed for him to run, and he progresses and scans the field for second receiver, third receiver, tight end, running back. Doesn't if you open, he's going to look for you. Now, with Jeremy Musa, the first thing we always talked about is what are his eyes doing?
One read.
One read. What he if he don't see nobody open, he's still going to force it into them, and that's gonna that slows down your offense. That basically stops your clock, um, and that puts some strain on your other receivers because some of them can be open, and if you eyeing down a receiver, like it's no, eyeing down receiver, it worked for him last year, but I can't see it working this season. So I hopefully he done went into the lab this off season and worked on his progression, worked on his eyesight. Um,
But he was always focused on his top receiver. You know what I mean? And when he's not open, he has almost like that gunslinger mentality. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it to be a 50-50 ball. My guy's going to come with it. And then instead of, like scanning the field. But you have with Brown, he's a grad transfer. And you know what? He's been in college ball for a while. So you can see this presence. There's no panic. You know what I mean? There's no happy feet. There's no patting the ball, patting the ball. He reads
oh,
the play, boom, boom. A couple throws that he missed early. That one a little to the back that he missed. You know what I mean? He had more time than he thought. So, but you can see that first game a little bit anxious, a little bit hype, and timing's got to be a little bit better. That will progress as the season goes on. But
that's
I
true.
I like his presence though, man. I really like his presence. He, played really well. Played really well.
So the next on the list we got. I go with Jason Brown on the slide because I saw it. So on the list, the next on the list is running back. So you got the trio Kevin Dean, Jaquez Yant, and Terrell Jennings for FAMU and they're going up against Irv Mulligan. Now, if JD Martin is out for 5 weeks, now you move Ezekiel Johnson. Do you bring up Desmond Moultrie against these backs right here? Now, Kelvin Dean is pretty much of a slasher. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. So he's more of your slasher. He's more of your complete all around back, catch the ball out of the backfield. When he gets to the edge, I think they say he's hard to catch. Jaquez Yant is the transfer from Nebraska. We talking about this kid is 6'2", 235. He's a bruiser. He's a thumper. But I haven't seen any really tape on him. But my whole thing is, if you're a thumper, most thumpers don't. Some thumpers don't like to run on the inside. They like to cut back outside and get down to the sideline if they think they have the speed. I don't know if I can't say if he has speed or not, but he's going to be a problem if they're going to start running on the inside. And then we have Terrell Jennings. We saw him last season. He's a redshirt senior, 6 foot 230. To me, he's more of the experienced running back that they have. I think he only gained like over three. I think he had a little bit over 300 yards last season. So, it's gonna be something interesting to watch because I want to watch this running game because the simple fact about this is that Willie is big on running the football. He's a balanced coach if you really think about it. Yes, he wants to, have a high power offense and throw the ball all over the field, but he believes running the ball. He believes in grinding out the clock, being methodical, and take the big play when it's presented to you. Now, what we saw, like I said, again, what we saw last week with Irv Mulligan, like I said, he coming from Wofford, which was a triple option offense. Yeah. So he can run inside dives. He can run inside draws. He can run outside. Yeah, catch out of the backfield. Running between the tackles, which that's just saying a lot. And even though last week he only had like 109 yards, I think he could have ran for 200. If they would have kept him in the game more and more, I think he would have ran for 200 yards in the game.
Oh, yeah. But last year with FAMU, I thought it, even though after JSU and let's forget about North Carolina when they played, but they played very well. But I just think their offensive coordinators play calling was predictable.
It was predictable. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. It was very predictable. It was to the point where I think like you knew what they was gonna do. You knew what they was gonna run. I'm surprised nobody even yelled out the play call on the field. I'm surprised they didn't play. Yell out the play call on the field, like knowing what they running, what base, what their base offense was going to be running. It was funny because I looked at it. I think they was going out. They was looking at their base defense last year in the game, and it was kind of crazy that they just chopped them up like that.
Yeah, they didn't adapt at all. You know what I mean? It's football is a game of adapt. You know what I mean? Adjustments, and they didn't adjust at all.
So let's see. We got the receivers. We got David Manigo as the X. You got John Murray Cherie as the Y, and you got Marcus Riley as the Z. Marcus Riley came in as a transfer from Bethune-Cookman, so we've already, you already got tape on him. You already got tape on Shareed. Manigo, you got tape on him also. So you pretty much returned majority of your receivers. The only one that did leave out was Xavier Smith. So, and it's going up against the receiver core for Jackson State. We talking about Rico Powers. You got uh, Duke Miller, Isaiah Spencer. Um, you'll see the debut, hopefully the debut Seven McGee on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. You didn't play first game.
Yeah, he didn't play the first game. So
Was he
you
injured
gotta
or is this?
yeah, he was nursing a small injury. He didn't travel, so he's nursing a small injury, so he should be fine when he come back. You got a lot of players, you got a lot of pieces for the wide receivers.
A lot of
That
speed up there too.
a lot of speed. For FAMU, like I said, the biggest one on that receiving core to come back was Shareed. Not only because he played receiver, because he double as your punt returner. So he does have a lot of speed, but I want to see how they're gonna go. We talking about this kid ain't number about 5'7" at 175 pounds. So it's gonna be interesting to see this.
Well,
Uh
they might try some flanker screens, stuff like that. Get him the ball, some in the rounds, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna try to get in the playmaker's hand, right?
right, right. They don't really want the ball to stay in Moose's hand. They want it to be out. Uh, Tight end, you got Kamari Young for FAMU going up against DJ Stevens for Jackson State. We hands down, it's DJ Stevens. He proved it last season. He proved it on Saturday. He's going to prove it again on Sunday. He's first team all SWAC at tight end. I don't too much know about Kamari Young because I don't even think they threw to him a lot. But um, if they do, it's I want to see how can he separate from the linebackers and safeties. Um, so on oh, and then they got an H back, which is Jeremiah Pruitt. Man, he's 6'5", 225. That's kind of crazy. I think he got a because we don't run. I think Jackson State we don't run an H back, but it's more of a hybrid tight end / receiver. So you already know what that is. It's basically big man that want to play bully ball when it comes to receiving. Then on the offensive line, so you got Jalen Goss, Cardell Thomas, who's a transfer coming in from LSU, TJ Lee, Ashton Grable, and Cam Colvin. So Colvin, Grable, Lee, and Goss all are returning starters. Two of those starters from last season, they were injured in the North Carolina game, so they missed the whole season. They bring in Cardell Thomas, who was highly regarded coming out of high school. He went to LSU for his first couple of years. He decided that he wanted to transfer, and he ends up going to Florida A&M. We talking about a kid 6'3", 310, so he's playing left guard. Jalen Goss is pretty
How
much a
much is he?
tall
6'3",
310.
210.
310.
Okay, I thought 6'3", 210. I said this guy, he can't be playing no.
Oh no.
That was a
6'3",
little light in the trunk to play guard now.
6'3", 310.
Okay.
So the lightest person on this offensive line is Jalen Goss. He stands at a good 6'7", 270. So he's the left tackle.
Yeah.
So he's going to be matched up either between Phillip Webb or Antonio Doyle. So I don't know, because I think he got last season. I think he got bull rushed to death by who was that in the game last year? I think it was Gerente Davis, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all help me out with that. But the offensive line going up against our offensive line, where you got Evan Henry coming in, just stepping into the middle. You got DeAndre Towns Blue. You have Christian Gonzalez. Trying to figure out who played the right tackle. Cameron James played left tackle. I don't know if they'll stay with him. It just all depends on how FAMU's pass rush is going to be.
But the good thing with the JSU, with the tight ends, again, it's always, they can always chip and then have to go out and play, right? That's what I like about the tight end play. Like I said last week, was phenomenal.
Right. So I don't know. I would probably give the edge to FAMU on this one, and not saying because what they got. They got a returning starting offensive line that's going to gel, but it takes a minute for us to gel our offensive line since we got everybody is pretty much new. But I think we would be able to match that intensity with our O linemen.
Well, with the offensive line for any team, continuity is a big thing. And if it's, they're returning their offensive line, if there's a comfort and there's a trust with them and the quarterback. And so that's a good thing too. But it's like I said, JSU is playing up tempo, offensive and defensively. So it's going to be a lot of pressure. They didn't put as much pressure and blitz as much as I would thought they would. But the back end is really good. Those boys in the back end are really good. And like I said, you mentioned Peppers, man. That guy, he flashed.
He flashed. He flashed on the screen so quick, and I'm like, damn, who is this person right here?
Yeah.
So on the defensive side of the ball, man, FAMU brings back pretty much majority of their defense. Probably like 9 out of 11 starters from last season, they bring them back. On the defensive end, so they got this guy named Dre Jones. D tackle Stanley Mentor, so he's standing at 6'2", 320. And then at nose guard, you got Gentle Hunt, the one of the best names in college football, Gentle Hunt, who's standing at a good robust 5'11", 290 pounds. But they also, it kind of like a 3-man / 4-man front, which they got some I guess it's the Fang position is pretty much more of an outside linebacker type deal. I think they do play a 3-man front. The Fang position is going to be manned by Anthony Dunn. He stands at 6'5", 235. So pretty much he's taking over the role of Isaiah Land.
But Isaiah Land didn't do much against us last year anyway, so.
Yeah, because he got, he was injured about something part of the season.
Yeah. But even the year before, he didn't,
Can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure everybody can hear me on here.
Yeah, I hear you. And hit those like buttons and subscribe when people, so continue this great podcast and keep supporting, and hit the Cash Apps, hit the PayPal, hit the X, hit all kinds of different ways to donate to the channel.
Yes, sir.
Get out your pocket. Get out your pocket. Don't talk about it, be about it.
So the middle linebacker position is going to be manned by Isaiah Major. He's a thumper. They say they could barely hear you, Brian.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, they could barely hear you.
Hold on, let me change mine. One sec. Can you hear me now?
Can y'all hear him now? Make sure y'all. Okay, it said better.
Better now?
Yeah, I think they said better.
Okay.
So the Isaiah Major is going to be the one that's man in the middle. So he's pretty much inside linebacker in his defense. And then on a strong side linebacker, you got uh, Chauncey Chaney and Jordan Moore. And I think Jordan Moore is going to be the one that's starting. He's actually a safety. He's a converted linebacker. So he converted from safety to linebacker this year because he had, I mean, talking about a kid, he came in at 100. No, he came in at about 205 and he put on 25 pounds of muscle. And then you got the nickel and the rover. So pretty much they play somewhat of a four. They play somewhat of a 4-2-5, but they could kind of mask a lot of things. So they could go into a 3-man, 4-man front, 5 in the back. So the nickel is Kamani King and Lamar Clark, and then the rover is Javin Morgan and Chase Lloyd. Javin Morgan is going to be a starter, and I've seen film on him. He can fly to the ball. And then also the last ones we see is the free safety is Lovey Jenkins. I think he's going to be the starter. Right cornerback. I mean, the one cornerback is Winsome Frazier. The other cornerback is Kendall Bowler. Kendall Bowler is a baller, and you know he brings the wood when he comes down and hits you. So pretty much that's I mean, you know, tell of the tape. That's pretty much the offensive defense. But then I got special teams. Trey Will Hoyt. Yeah, Trey Will Hoyt, the punter for FAMU is pretty much shoot. He's an FCS All American, but shit, we got an FCS All American too, in Matt Knoll, transferred in from Delaware State. Um, you got Gerardo Baeza doing all the place kicking, and to me, it's just going to be some that we want to see. Mr. Ford, if you in here, come on up. I
Come
think
on.
you
Can you hear? Can you hear me good better now?
can. Y'all hear him better now?
I took my headset off and I switched my settings. Hopefully that's better.
That sounds a little bit better. It sounds a little bit better. But yeah, going up against our defense, like whew, our front four, Philip Webb, Antonio Doyle, and the two behemoths in the middle, Jeremiah Williams and Devontae Davis. Those are like that's our front four, in which y'all know we're gonna rotate our front four. We're gonna rotate our defensive linemen in and out. I think I think it's even with our defensive line. Linebackers, I would give them a little bit of edge with their linebackers, but I'm not going to discount Javarian Jenkins. I'm not going to discount Isaac Peppers. I'm not going to discount um, Alan Walker. I'm not going to discount none of these players, none of the linebackers that we have. And then on the back end, I would call it even on the back end with this season. Jaheim Hazel, that is number 3 for Jackson State. He came in and made some phenomenal plays.
You got to catch the ball though. You got to catch. You know,
got to catch the ball.
Yeah, try to find something, stick him or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta catch the ball. Jaheim Hazel, and then you still got like I said, you still got Jalen Hughes, you still got K5, Kevin Wiggins, you got Tim Stewart playing, in the box as a safety. You guys, it says Guthrie in the backfield as far as a Roman free safety. We got playmaker Keydrain Callaghan as the other safety, pretty much making plays, flying around to the ball, to the ball, making plays when the ball is in the air. Hey, it is what it is. But the thing is, you gotta catch it. You got
Yeah.
to catch it.
But the thing is also too is FAMU. This game is more. I'm not. The game's important for both universities, obviously.
Right.
But FAMU is like really got something to prove. So, but the thing is, Jackson State got to remain dominant, and
Right.
so that's what makes this game so intriguing. And you know what I mean. After the ass whipping that they took last year, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. And they came up with all kinds of excuses and try to say because players were coming in and coming out, and we understand, but the whole academic thing that was going on, and but I feel some semblance of empathy, but when you get beat down like that, come on now.
Yeah, when you get destroyed like that, yeah, it's
I
something
got
that
beat down.
it's something that you can't come back from. It's really a lot hard to come back from that. Um,
And the thing is, for JSU, there's a lot of new players too. A lot of new players. So how quickly can they gel? That's a thing. You know what I mean? It's instead of thinking, just reacting.
right,
That's a big thing, and it's a big thing for them too. It's like a lot of players seem like they were still thinking out there instead of reacting, even though they had a
reacting.
phenomenal first game against South Carolina. But week zero's over with. Now conference play, and whoever usually wins this game represents the SWAC.
Yeah, whoever wins the game represent.
That's
In
why I wish
fact,
this game was at the end of the year instead of the beginning of the year.
oh yeah, if it was in the middle of the year, which I think they're gonna do for next year, it's gonna be in the middle of the season. It would be better because having it at the beginning of the year, I've already complained about it that it sucks. Even though the excitement is there, it still sucks having this game at the beginning. It takes away from you know actually playing for a division title and stuff like that. Oh, we got we got the man of the hour, Mr. Brown. What's going on? What's going on? He said he late to the party. It's Jason Brown's father. Yes, sir. Hey, we missed on them we missed on two more touchdowns, but we tell him he can get it all back on a Sunday.
Yes, you got to say something.
So he can get it back on Sunday, man. Tell him we get make 5 touchdowns. I think he said 350 yards last time, but shoot, hey, 362 with 20 straight completions in the game. Yeah, your son is a gamer, even though he is a gamer. He's a gamer. Um, but I'm gonna say it just like this. We could call it whatever we want to call it. We could call it self-inflicted bowl. We could call it Willie gone Willie. We could call it a lot of things. What you can't call it is the fact that we have beaten y'all the last 2 years, and we also have beaten y'all the last 4 tries. Okay. Now, if we would have played this game, if we played this game every year, you know what I'm saying, I think it will be even because even during our dark days, we probably would stand competitive with y'all. Um, it won't. I mean, to me, it won't matter if one of the teams fall out, but we don't want to be the ones that lose this game in the beginning, and then we got to make sure that we got to beg it, not beg and plead, but we got to hope and pray somebody lose to somebody,
Yeah.
in the division. Swatchick, Swatchick Mahomes. That's what we're gonna call Jason Brown. This is called Willie on the hot seat after the game. I mean, he signed an extension, but I mean,
No,
the
he's
seat
a
gonna be hot.
Willie Simmons can coach it a lot of places. He's a great
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
He's a great
he a
coach.
great coach, but he signed that deal, so it ain't too much he can, fam, you can do about it unless they're gonna eat it up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, y'all, the orange, if we win this game, it was for every week called the Blue Blossom Classic. It would never be called the Orange Blossom Classic again.
Yeah.
Because we have taken over the whole classic from FAMU. So bad that FAMU want to, they dropped out because they wasn't getting the same point money that they wanted to get, and which is understandable, which is fine. I understand that. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Zordon. Yeah, that is true. Ooh, he said, "Fam, who might lose more than one game in the East." I wonder who the second loss in the conference in the East they're gonna lose to, because
Alabama.
State.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what, you know what I mean. It was a tight game last year.
Very tight game.
Yeah, it was a tight game last year. So and it all depends. You know what I mean. New year, new gear, and new. Rosters always change. Players coming and going, transfers in and out. Urgency. If you got the right core, can they be solid enough to bring the other ones in? And like with Jackson State, it's they just got something that continues to prove. You know what I mean? It's guard the yard. Start in Atlanta, finish in Atlanta, be victor. They won one victory in Atlanta. Hopefully, they're going to win the second one in Atlanta. But guard the yard.
Oh
But
yeah.
this game here is all about FAMU has to get out to a quick lead.
Oh yeah, they had to.
And if they don't,
had no,
if Joshua gets out to a quick lead, they say, "Oh, here we go again."
I feel like they had no choice but to get out to a quick lead. They got to, because if not, it. You saw. I mean, everybody saw what happened on Sunday. I mean, on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's going somebody gonna get motorboated. Like it just, you seen it. You seen it. People, it's like, okay, what are we gonna do? We had lost to this team 4 years, four straight times. What are we going to do? Because a lot of you won we won 2 games when we up on top, and we won 2 games when we were pretty much dog water.
Last year, FAMU should have lost to Grambling.
True. There's a lot of games they should have lost to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games they should have lost. But it's one of them things where you don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it 100 with everybody. If FAMU loses this game, if they lose this game, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it is gonna be some smoke on the show. I'm telling y'all, it is going to be some smoke on this show. And the smoke is going to come from, oh my God, it's going to come from me, because you got the team. You get what I'm saying? You got the team, but what are you gonna do with it? Like you had a team, you're selected to win the whole conference.
What is the spread for the game this week?
I gotta check and see. I haven't seen it yet,
Because
but
family, I think family will be favored with, or shouldn't they? Because they were picked. Well, prognosticators picked them to win the East, right?
right, they was picked to win the East, and pretty much they was picked to win the whole conference. But yeah, Bama State almost beat win. Bama State should have won that game because they were going. I think the field goal that they was going to attempt. I think he would have made that field goal. Then he would have made the game. You know, the field goal it would have been 17. It would have been 17-15.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna let y'all know if FAMU loses this game, I'm gonna need them to hold this L. I'm going to need them to hold this. We've already went through this before. We've already went through this. um, I'm just telling everybody. I'm just telling everybody they gonna have to hold that L and all the means that's gonna come with it. Because we've already said it before. We already said it before on the show last time. If we win the game, it's gonna be Willie gone Willie. That's what I say. Willie gone Willie. But like I said, for FAMU, I'm gonna need you to hold this L. If y'all hold it, hold on to it tight. Hold on to it mightily. I'm just saying. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Ride that wave, ride the L train, ride the wave. Just hold on to this on Sunday if you lose again. This will be played all night long. So I'm just telling you, hold this L. Just hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold on. I ain't finished yet. I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet. See, I gotta put, because it's scary going across campus and you walk, you walk in school, you walk in the class, and you go in front of this little center right here, and all you see is this big old rattler that's sitting right, that statue just looking like just I don't know, but I gotta put a face on it, man, because you know putting a rattler right there, you're scared of children. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna give children nightmares because they haven't seen a big ass snake in the middle of your campus. I'm just saying. Put the yes, y'all gonna. I'm sorry, fam. If you lose on Sunday, you're getting all of this on Sunday, and I'm going to be going live with folk with the alumni folks from FAMU and for Jackson State. So just be ready. Just be ready to hold that L. I'm just saying. Oh my God, he said TC got mind control over Willie. I got mind control over Depot. I got mind control over Depot. When he leave, I shut up. When he here, I shut up. When he leave, I be talking again. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be, y'all. I know I ain't gonna stay on this thing too long today, but I want to give out. I would just want to give out my superlatives. Now, oh, I forgot. It is Wednesday, so I cannot forget about this. It is pump or dump. Um, I totally forgot about this, y'all. I totally forgot about that. Let me get to it. Ooh. Still hot up there in Montreal.
No, I'm down back in. I left Montreal yesterday, Tuesday.
Okay.
I'm back down in the Maritime, St. John, New Brunswick. It poured a lot of rain here today. Lots of rain.
Ah.
Because it's coming up from the coast too. So, we're right up by the ocean, so we're probably getting the remnants of that storm or the hurricanes from Florida, right? Because
Okay.
Boston's only 6 hours from us, so we get all that East Coast. But a lot of times it doesn't happen because of our high tides that we have here. We have the highest tides probably in the world, right? So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times those storms don't come in, but when they do come, like today, it rained really heavy.
Oh, okay. So we got pump or dump as always. It's Wednesday.
Pump
This
or
is
dump.
brought to you by our sponsor at weworkforeverything.org. Like I said, if you want to look fly, you want to look flashy, you want it with a reasonable price, go to weworkforeverything.org and order your apparel today. But anyway, man, we got it for pump and dump. I'm gonna say it like this: pump or dump. Everybody, y'all ready for it? FAMU will score more than 14 points in the game on Sunday.
Pump.
So Brian said pump. FAMU will score more than 14 points in the game on Sunday. I want to see what
I think it's gonna be like a maybe 31-17 game for JSU.
Okay. Oh, we got one dump. Somebody, David Williams said it's going to be a dump. Miss Tyra, she said pump it. Brandy says dump it. Uh, I'm gonna go with dump because if I see if the defense plays like that on Sunday, what we saw on Saturday, yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a whole different thing. Got a Valley guy on here said he saw what he saw with against the defense against South Carolina State. So he said he saw what he saw. He said he seen with his
But
own
I
eyes.
think Moose is a better quarterback than um, um, the South Carolina
Jason
quarterback.
Brown. Corey Fields. Of
Yeah.
course. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. By far. By far. So everybody say dump it. One person say pump it. Oh no, you said pump it also. I'm gonna say dump it. They'll probably score 7 points. I give them 7 points. I would give them 7 points. So that's what I would go with. I'll go with dump, but I would spot them 7 points. um, pump or dump. Jamaray Sharee will have over 100 yards in this game receiving. Jamare
I'd say
Sharif will have 100 yards receiving in this game
for FAMU,
for FAMU.
dump it.
Dump it. Okay. Yes, Northern they will score more because they have film. They said the same thing last season about what they saw on tape, and it still didn't work out. But I get what you're coming from. Sheree will have for FAMU will have 100 yards receiving in the game.
Yeah. I don't think with that secondary you're gonna have a guy to score have over 100 yards. I just think the
Mm-hmm.
back end is really good. And and if he's the number one receiver, they're going to game plan for him.
They go with y'all. They go with what you're saying. Brian saying dump it.
Yeah.
Saying dump it. I say dump it because this is such a simple fact. Like whoever is guarding him, whoever is going up against him, he would get his looks, he would get his touches, he would get some catches, but I don't think he'll go over 100 yards. Let's see. We got Papa Dump, Irv Mulligan scores 2 touchdowns and has 200 yards in this game for Jackson State. I'd say not 200. I would say 150. Let's say 150 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for Jackson State.
See, they got the film on him now, but he's dangerous. I'm going. You know what? I'm a JSU fan. I'm going to pump it. Because he's a home run hitter too, so that's what you know what I mean. He can.
Yep. I'm gonna go pump it because what I saw, and I'm good. I'm looking at him. Like I said, he can run inside. He doesn't want to, he can run inside. He can bounce to the outside, and when he bounces to the outside, he has breakaway speed. Nobody can catch him, but his toughness, going on the inside.
Oh yeah, man. See, he bounced off a couple hits. I said, "Damn," you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It was great that he had a JSU uniform because they were reference to the great late Walter Payton. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. Not saying it's Walter Payton, but the way Walter ran the ball and taking hits and just keep on going and stuff like that was a good analogy.
Oh yeah, I like him. Like I said, I like somebody said David Mr. Williams said he run with bad intentions. I like that. I'm gonna say pump it because of the simple fact that he'll be easily get that 150 yards. He'll work it. He'll work for it. I ain't gonna say easily, but he'll work for it. And then last but not least, all right. Last but not least, Jason Brown repeats what he did last week against FAMU. Pump or dump?
I pump it. I think his experience, you know what I mean? He didn't show any semblance of panic. I think his confidence level obviously there. I, be more into his playbook, more into with the receivers and his I think yeah, yeah, definitely will repeat.
All right, I'm gonna say pump it because, yeah, that was a teaser. That was just the appetizer right there. Mr. Brown said he want more yards and touchdowns. He want more yards and touchdowns. But he's critical of his own son, so he knows what his son can do, and I mean that's cool with me.
Yeah, he's saying dump LOL, so he's
It's all good. It's all good with me, Mr. Brown. You good with me, man. Um, I'm gonna say it just like this. Yep, I'm gonna say it just like this. If you hit Musa and rattle him, he is done for the day. He is done for the day. Uh, yeah, I think that's about it right there. Um, I'll say this. Everybody give me everybody in the chat room, man, give me your score predictions. I want score predictions. What's your score prediction, Brian? Let me know what your score
I said
prediction is.
31-17 JSU.
31-17 JSU from Brian. Anybody else? Everybody else in the chat want to give me their score prediction for Sunday? Everybody else in the chat want to give me their score prediction for Sunday. I will give my score prediction once the last person gives me theirs.
Jesus. Dexter's gone crazy.
He said 59-3. He said, man, we just gonna repeat what we did last year. He said we just gonna repeat what we did last year.
Did he ever? And one thing too, I was watching the defensive coordinator. They weren't happy giving up that last touchdown. So, they, I thought about that, and I don't know, but they got something to prove. They, like I said, it's just every week is a week to win. You got to
Right.
win the week. You know what I mean? You got to win the day in practice. You got to, the games become fun and the practice becomes work. So they're going to go out there and play hard and have fun and accomplish what they need to do is chalk up those victories.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Miss Brandy say by 40. Mr. Womack, JSU 40, FAMU 7. Mr. Ed said 38-17 JSU. We got Mr. Brown. He said 48-13 Jackson State. Mr. Williams says 49-7. Mr. Finley says 40-3. And of course, Mr. Dexter Allen said shit. He said 59-3. He said, I don't see no drop off from last season. So we gonna repeat the same shit that we did this year. Ms. Witt says 40-7 Jackson State. Mr. MVSU says 42-7 Jackson State. Somebody said they scored a late touchdown. Everybody say by 40. I'm gonna give my prediction. I'm gonna say Jackson State. I'm gonna say Jackson State 42, FAMU 10. I got my score prediction. Jackson State 42, FAMU 10.
Okay.
So we make sure we put that. And I got this on wax. And if anybody is even close to this score, I got a surprise for you. If anybody comes close to this score, I got a surprise for you. All right. Whit said, fam, you score more than 7. It's a miracle. It said, Mr. Hardy says 38-17 Jackson State. Zordon Master says this game is going to be competitive, y'all. Now, come on now. Come on, y'all now. But I don't know, man, because they said that last season they were gonna be competitive, and y'all see what happened. And they said the game against South Carolina State was gonna be competitive. Y'all really seeing what happened. So do I wanna listen to the naysayers, or do I want to see what we like? Do I want to believe what we got on the field? Because in a sense, they kind of made a believer out of me last week. They made a believer out of me.
Well, see, the one thing people got to understand, is that GSU had the number one recruiting class in HBCU, number two overall in FCS. So they've done well. They got the players that they wanted to get,
Mm-hmm.
and they seem like they're gelling at the right time. They're coming together at the right time, and and TC has got them, their minds straight. You know what I mean? Focused with the task at hand. Last week is last week, so they went right on practice the next day, Sunday, get ready to
Mm-hmm.
FAMU. So they, we're probably working on technique, different schemes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Throwing a couple of new wrinkles offense and different things for defense, and
Yeah.
get ready.
Yep. So I mean, it's a week by week process on this thing right here. Like I said, one game down, 12 more to go.
Yeah.
And this is a nice one where you said Jack State had a week, we had a game to play to where we could work the kinks out, and FAMU is just not getting ready to be started. So I mean, but in a sense, it can't go the other way around though if you really think about it, right?
Well, last year it did for Jackson State.
It really did.
But then again, FAMU was handicapped first going to North Carolina too.
That was true. That's correct. That was correct. So we want, and the thing is, we want them to be at full strength, and we are at full strength. But we want to see who's the better team gonna be. Who's the better team gonna be? Man, it is. I'm gonna let everybody know. Like I said, it is Fundraiser Wednesday. Fundraiser Wednesday. What we are doing is on Wednesday we are going to raise funds for something that we need to have as far as for the channel. Like I said, if you want to donate to the channel, make sure you can hit the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive, or you can hit on I'm about to say Instagram, PayPal. You can hit it on PayPal. And let me see. Let me get my address on PayPal.
And become a subscriber. Become a member of the channel.
And become a member of the channel. At David Smith 1925. That's where you can send it at to. That's it. That's it. What's going on? What's going on, Bishop? But other than that, man, like I said, we got a lot of things going on. I'm trying to get up out of here on Saturday, early Saturday afternoon, so I can get down to Houston, catch that game right there, then be back, and then do a pregame watch party at the alumni get together between FAMU and Jackson State, and then do my post game show on that same night. On the same day after the game, and give people's perspective, let them come on and give me their predictions of the score, and what I'm saying, we're just gonna have some fun on Sunday. Make sure y'all, if you are in the DFW area, make sure y'all head out to 413. That is on 755 West North State Highway 121, which is Sam Rayburn Tollway, in Louisville, Texas, y'all. Man, make sure y'all come out there if you're in the DFW area. It is a joint alumni watch party with Jackson State Alumni Association and the FAMU Alumni Association of Dallas-Fort Worth. So make sure y'all come out there and support, and let's have some fun. If you are in Dallas, if you are going to the game in Miami, make sure that you hydrate. Doesn't matter if it's 85, 86, 87, 90 degrees outside. It's still humid as hell out there because it's Miami. Make sure you hydrate. And we ain't talking about the hydration where it's brown or it's you know what I'm saying? We're talking about water. We're talking about pickle juice. We're talking about Gatorade, Powerade, that fine H2O. Make sure you hydrate out there.
Get some alkaline water in you.
Yes. Pedialyte. Make sure you get
Right.
Pedialyte in your life because Pedialyte does work for you, man. It really do work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just letting everybody know. Whoever's going to the game on Sunday, make sure that you are hydrated. Um, make sure that you are safe out there. When you come down to Miami or any other place, if you ain't from there, they're gonna look at you, they're gonna try to target you, and just make sure that you got your head on the swivel. Now, talking about vodka equal water. Nope, they don't equal no dang on water. Nope. Be
Well,
be
that's what I'll be having for Sunday after I come back home from work. Every time JSU scores, I gotta have a shot. So
oh yeah. And if you're gonna drink though for real, if you're gonna drink responsibly. You know what I'm saying? We want everybody to come back home.
I can drink from home. If I fall down, I'll just lean to the side.
He said, "I'm gonna just lean to the side." That man gonna be on his couch leaning to
Yeah.
the side. But yeah, if FAMU loses the game on Sunday, I do pray tell. I have a lot of things to say about that. All right, so y'all tune in to that. We will be live on Sunday. Pre-game, watch party, post-game. Not gonna go live during the game because DJs plays the music, and I'm trying to not to get demonetized. But like I said, everybody in Florida in the Panhandle, Tampa area, man, make sure y'all do. I want to make sure that y'all good. Check in with your boy from time to time. Let me know if you good. If y'all need anything, um, we can go to the store for you. No blunts and bottles. That's right, Mr. Hardy. uh, but man, we want to make sure that you good, that y'all safe, and we still got y'all in our prayers. The missus, even though she ain't lit, even though she ain't said nothing, she probably is watching this. But like I said, she daughter was in surgery on Friday, uh, successful surgery, but we had to go back to the hospital for a little minor, it's a little minor setback for a major comeback. And she is at home resting, y'all. She is at home resting, and you know what I'm saying. God is good because, uh, yeah, we want to make sure that make sure that she was all right. She's okay. This the missus. This is her oldest child, her oldest daughter, and she don't want nothing to happen to her. So she's still in
No.
California, and she's going to let she tell everybody say hello.
Hello to Lady T and Lady Holiday, I should say. And the thing is this: my prayers go out to Healing Prayers, and that her daughter has a quick recovery and a speedy recovery, that she gets on her feet, and like you say, the best comeback, is after a reset is a good comeback, and that's what this young lady's going to do. And we're praying for her in Healing Prayers.
Yeah, but and also, man, somebody, come on, you drink a vodka, you gonna disintegrate. Ah, hell no. Nah, we good. I drink that. I drink that at home. Vodka
Yeah.
make you want to fight a dude.
Now that's dark liquor for me. That's why I don't drink it. I drink vodka and water with alkaline water.
Yep.
I'm drinking
Yep.
healthy. I'm drinking healthy.
Yeah. Oh, Saturday, make sure y'all watch. I think Mississippi Valley and Central State. That is Chicago Class. I got to see if that's on. I think that is on HBCU Go, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna tape that game.
so make sure y'all watch that game. Like I said, make sure you check out the band. They grown so tremendously in the last year. Shout outs to Dr. Briggs over at Mississippi Valley, Dr. Bonds, who's the band director of bands for Mississippi Valley. Man, shout out to them, to Coach Wade, Coach Wade, AD McClellan. Man, just shout out to them folks over there. They're trying to move Valley into the right direction, man. So I got to give some love to Valley for a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
need
you got it. You got it on there. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And it's games tomorrow. So for the rest of the country, all games start tomorrow. But man, what you got going on, Brian? You said you gonna watch the game on Sunday when you get home.
yeah, I definitely watch game Sunday. Um, you know, because I think it's going to be a really good game. The beginning of the game, the first 10 minutes, going to dictate the tempo of the game, and then
Mm-hmm.
after it's one way or the other. But I just think JSU will prevail, and they'll have another victory, and on to the next week. But it's going to be a great game, and Monday obviously is Labor Day, so
Right.
if anybody that's drinking responsibly at home can lay on the couch after and don't have to worry about work on Monday. So.
Right. I have forgot about that. But see, since I'm working retail, shoot, I ain't got no choice but to work on Monday. But I will be off Tuesday though.
Are you guys
Uh,
open Monday?
yeah, we open on Monday, but
Yeah, we're
mine
we're
open
closed.
on
We're
Monday.
closed Monday. We're closed Monday.
See, that's what I need to talk about, man. What's going on? But anyway, on Friday, let's see, Friday night, I'm still debating if I want to go see South Oak Cliff versus Langston over on the other side of town. And the girl that got yeeted to her ultimate doom, I don't think she's going to be at the game whatsoever. I don't think she'll be at that game because they got an APB out on her. Uh, if you ain't seen that video, Brian, like it's on TikTok, it's on Facebook, it's on everything. This woman damn near chokeslammed this other lady, another grown woman, to the bottom bleachers.
Damn.
Yeah. And oh man. But you know what I'm saying? She ain't I don't think she'll be able I don't think she's gonna come into the game because your face is already famous. I
Mm.
think,
And if
it,
they put any reward up, should be claimed that somebody calling in instantly.
they would already know from the jump, like you don't need to be up here. They will know just because looking at your face, like, nah, baby, you don't need to be up here. Shoot. You already know what happened last time. You already know you definitely know what happened last time. But man, I think for everybody, even though it's not Trash Talk Wednesday, it's all cool. It's all good. It's all good because I'm gonna talk my shit on Sunday when FAMU loses. All right, so y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. But as always, man, make sure y'all check out all the pre-recorded shows that's coming up this weekend. Uh, and just what I'm saying, like I said, just be safe and out there. Brian, as always, it's good to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure, and I just like I said, I always thank you for the opportunity, and I just like to send out and to shout out everybody that's been continuing to support you and everybody out there. Tell a friend, and join the shows. Great conversations about football, HBCU, the space in HBCU, and one of the things that he's doing is letting people know what's going on in not only in the FCS and in the Division 2, Division 3, that that's not talked about enough. And I'm glad that you're presenting yourself with that kind of platform and the knowledge that you're giving to people.
Oh yeah,
So support, be a member, subscribe.
yep. And my man right here, he been supporting from day one. He subscribed already. He's
If you go to Starbucks, you can afford to subscribe once a month.
yeah, he's a exclusive member. So yeah, he due diligence, y'all. But man, I appreciate you for jumping on as always, man. If you jump on Sunday, man, that'll be cool too, man.
Yeah, and I might have a bottle in my hand.
Hey, hey, you might have a bottle in your hand. I might have a
And then
cup in my
after,
hand.
I'm gonna go. All right, brother. Have a good night. God bless.
All right, man. You have a good one. Oh man, that yeah. Look, that is my original co-host. Y'all don't know, man. Um, my bad. That's my original co-host right there. Yes, sir. That you already know. It's old. It's like old times with us, man. It was cool, man. It was cool. I like that. But but yeah, man, we got some things that's going on and with the channel and it would be greatly appreciated if we could go ahead and start getting some money up in the donations to roll up in. And I'm not asking for a lot, just if you could put $5 or $10 in, it would be greatly appreciated. But I know it's 5 minutes to 9 o'clock, and everybody know what time that would be. That is catch your boy Ken Clark, Zoe, Nook, TD, and Miss No Gray, aka Rochelle, on KC 1400 and Friends, where you get all your JSU sports talk information about the university, what's going on with the university, all in one on that show. Tune in at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. Pacific time. Um, I just want to say this. I appreciate everybody for jumping on. I appreciate everybody for coming on and rocking with us. I appreciate everybody for tuning in earlier today and with the midday show. Got a lot of feedback from that. They told me we need to do more midday shows because it gets you by. It gets the day by. It passes the day by. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing some of those. Also, but as always, man, look, I know a lot of people about to head over to their Ken and Zoe, but as always, man, y'all. This is HBCU tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow. Make sure you share it. Make sure you comment on this and follow the whole channel. Make sure you become an exclusive member of the channel and hit the notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. I know I did a lot of talking tonight, but it's all good because this is my therapy, y'all. Make sure also. Um, Also, tune in on, like I said, tune in to the little premieres this in the next couple of days with previews for all the other games that's going to be coming on as from Thursday through Saturday, and of course, I am your boy Doc Holliday. I'm the voice of the HBCU culture, and as always, be blessed, stay safe, stay dangerous, and check your mentals. All right, peace.